My name is Stephen Trower, and we are here at the Great Cockcrow Railway today, where we are doing a 24-hour charity fundraiser, running this T9 locomotive to raise funds for both Alzheimer Society and the full-size T9 project, Project 120. And we've also got a second T9 as backup should this one fail, but let's hope that doesn't happen.
Doing this challenge at the Great Cockcrow Railway has some major advantages. Paramount of these is the ability to configure a route for continuous operation, removing the need for signallers to be present and on duty, and therefore easing the strain on the volunteers. This will also make it easier to keep track of the mileage covered by the loco during the event. For this loop, and therefore this event, Everglades Station will act as the main hub. The loco will start at Hardwick Central before joining the loop at Phillips Bridge. As the challenge draws to a close, the loco will take the Meadowside line from Everglades to arrive back at Hardwick to conclude the event. Throughout this challenge, operating the locomotive safely is essential. As such, to avoid driver fatigue, the crew will be swapped out during brief servicing breaks on the hour, every hour, to keep a fresh set of hands at the controls. To help, the driver will be aided by a travelling assistant. Their job will be to manage radio communications with the supporting team and maintain a decent water level in the tender. This means refilling the tender on the move.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Yeah. For railway stuff is nowhere near enough. I didn't say it. There are gaps. Oh no. And these gaps need to be filled. No. With more Railwayana stuff. How was it unloading? Absolutely horrendous. It was good, clean family fun, to say the least.
You disowned him, Mark.
Yeah. Could you blame him, really?
Too late now, isn't it?
I don't know, you've got 4 minutes. Yeah,
You could say due to overrunning engineering works.
We're actually going to do a rail replacement bus.
Yeah,
that's 120 miles.
It's a bus. You okay?
I'm going. 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to be there with that. There we go, railway drive. Bon voyage. See you later.
Isn't at all accurate, so we're just going to have to rely on the laptop and lap counter.
You're going to have to rely on the lap counter. We'll stand up.
and my boy. You and my son, you're Nick.
The 6 p.m. service and crew change demonstrates the operating procedures at play. The loco is stopped with the driver and assistant relieved of duty, reporting any issues to the surrounding team and the next crew. Meanwhile, the loco is given a thorough going over, with lubrication points and pots topped up, as well as the tender being filled with fresh coal and water.
Oh yeah, you know about that going on. Axle box is on the, yeah, I can see it, You say you've done them, George? You say you've done them? Yeah. Perfect.
This will be the only opportunity for the next hour to assess the mechanical health of the loco, such as the axle box temperatures. Here you can see Steve using the back of his hand to determine if any of them are running hot. The replacing crew step on, ready for the hour ahead.
run back from New Street was
I did say if you haven't got a blower, you're not getting anywhere.
because they realised that they're going to have these two very, very unusual.
The score's fine.
They were time, and they were very, yeah.
Back onto something out of the way. To 8. And then. Okay. Okay, there you go. Sit, thank you. Just stay there, Esme. Right. On to 6, please. Right, you should be able to pull it back. Yeah. Ready? There you go, ready?
Yeah, look, well, that's marking, but that's not accurate. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Oh, no, Luke, other side, other side.
So we're here live inside of the engine shed here at Hardwick with Steve.
Hello.
It's 10:30 on the 24-hour challenge.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Touch wood. So far, so good. Really well, in fact. We are 40 miles in, which is a third of the mileage. We have done 51 laps. The engine's back on shed for a quick service, drop the fire out, and relight the fire. Just a once over underneath, make sure everything's okay, and then oil up and back out again. So hopefully we'll turn it around fairly quickly, as long as there's no issues. So yeah, so far so good. Yeah, put the ash pan up, then put the bars in. Through the door? Yeah, through the door on the ash pan, otherwise you've got to hold it all together to get it up there.
You've got the pin to be able to go back through again.
Is there much coming out?
Reasonable, yeah. We've got a lot of people here helping out, and of course they're experiencing the challenge in its own right. More importantly, how are you doing?
I'm alright at the moment. Yeah, I'm alright. So I did an hour's driving stint earlier. I've got another hour coming up shortly. We've spread it out over a number of people to spread the load. So yes, it's not just me doing it, and yes, it's not running continuously, but it would be practically impossible to drive around here for 24 hours straight without stopping. The engine requires servicing, hence we brought it back, done what we're doing.
Yeah.
And to drive an hour non-stop around here, you will go stir crazy. So, so an hour is the limit. You could probably do a little bit more if you pushed it, if we needed to, but thankfully we've had a lot of volunteers come forwards. We've got a really good team, both driving, servicing, riding on the wagon, filling the water as we go around. So yeah, just a massive thank you really to everyone who A has donated and B who is helping out both today and tomorrow. Obviously over the course of 24 hours we've got various people coming in at various times. So yeah, a massive thank you to everyone really.
Yeah, it's an amazing effort from lots and lots of people who have reached out to make this challenge possible, whether it through donation or through giving up their time. Moving ahead into the early hours of the morning, what challenges are you expecting to come up against as we go into the early hours and into tomorrow?
So obviously it's got dark, and the railway is a completely different place in the dark. Completely different railway. So I'm expecting the pace will slow down slightly in the dark, probably for the best. one of the things we discovered while we were testing this, when it gets dark, all the animals come out. So, believe it or not, rabbits and foxes are likely to be a hazard.
Yeah.
So when we were testing, Liam did some runs and came across a few rabbits. But yeah, hopefully with it going around so regularly, so quick, they won't come out and sit on the track, etc. So, but yeah, I expect the pace to slow slightly because of it being dark. Obviously, the number of people helping slightly dropped off. So, but that that's not an issue. I can't expect everyone to be here for the full 24 hours. So, other than that, it should, again, touch wood, be fairly plain sailing. And then obviously once it starts to get light in the morning, then that'll certainly make things easier again.
Yeah, definitely. Unless we get the classic Le Mans style sun blinding your face as you crest the Mozan Strait, which Matt will probably understand knowing from the motorsport knowledge. But the other key thing is how are you going to fight the lack of sleep? Are you actually going to get to sleep this evening?
I'm hoping to, yeah.
Don't do what I'm doing and sleeping in the back of your car with the boot open.
I am sleeping in the back of my van. I will probably power nap for a bit.
Good.
Definitely going to try and sneak a couple of hours in because there's no way I'm going to be able to make it through.
No, I think you're not going to be
way.
the only one. But, well, Steve, thank you very much for spending a little bit of time on what is a crazy 24 hours. We're still going into the crux of it as we head past midnight and into the early morning. What are we going to see going into tomorrow?
Right, we needed to do 7, not 9. Well, literally, it was. Well, you could have done a bit more to make up for this. It was flowing off for like 6, and then on this last two, you've got to take over a day work on the ground. Yeah, non-stop. Yeah, but literally on those last two, we just went.
Where are we starting the timer from? Here?
Yellow mark.
On the yellow mark on the platform. If you whistle, when you leave there, Paul is sat poised ready.
Sorry, say that again.
Right, so there's a yellow mark on the track here.
Yeah. I'll let him know.
Stop there. Stop there.
It's all gone wrong. Legs.
I hear Chuck.
Feet. Shoulders. Feet. Knees
Jay.
and toes.
Lorenzo, click it once
Head.
this time, mate, and not
Shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes.
all I can hear around there is sound. One lap is 8 seconds.
Yes, there you go.
someone that I've known for many, many years, and he's a great friend of mine and kind of a stalwart here at the railway and a big part of this project. It's Matt Scrutton. How are you feeling after the last couple of hours?
Pretty knackered. Yeah, I'm definitely running on fumes.
I think everybody is, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know that I'm definitely running on like 10% at the moment. It's definitely that way.
I'm probably with you on that one. Yeah.
It's great to see this project come to life and the challenge have so many people reach out, and it's great to see that so many people have come forward to come and support this challenge, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's raised, it's two good causes. It's raised quite a lot more money than I think we were all expecting, really. So,
hugely.
People have been very generous, both with their time and their money, so that's good.
Did you actually think this would ever be possible to come to a reality?
Oh yeah, easy peasy. Yeah. The engines were very well built in the first place. It's done quite a lot of miles over the years, so it's already, there's nothing. It's pretty well proven.
Yeah.
And we know the things that could go wrong. We know what they could be. So there's not many outliers really. I shouldn't really say this like too loudly because it's still got a few miles to go.
Don't jinx it.
It's we know what broadly could go wrong, and we've sort of allowed for that in the way we've been driving the engine. And it's
another point of view. It's actually testament not only to Steve, yourself, the engineering expertise here at the Great Cockcrow Railway, but also testament to John Buck.
Well, and John Morgan, who originally started the three T9s. John Morgan built the chassis, and John did everything else. So both the Johns have come up trumps on that. The engines have. All three of the T9s have always been very. We've had a few teething problems with them over the years, but they've on the whole been very good engines. So it was a good one to use.
Well, we've made it to the morning of the 24-hour challenge. As you can probably see, it probably looks like a normal day for me, to be brutally honest. I have had very little sleep, I am running on empty, but someone who isn't running on empty is Luke, who has just come off the engine of part of the challenge. How's the engine, first of all?
It's alright. It's better than I expected it to be honest with you.
Oh, that's good. No, that's extremely good. More importantly, how are you?
Probably worse off than the engine, I'd say.
And I mean, the talking about it from a driver's perspective, with the challenge that we're undertaking, well, last night and today, it still feels like one day. What's the hardest thing that you've had to overcome, considering driving early in the morning on very little sleep?
Probably just not going loopy, to be honest with you, because sitting there, I mean, you've got someone else behind you, but sitting there doing laps all night is, for an hour, is pretty intense. More intense than I've ever done before in this gauge. I mean, like, we're used to 20-minute trips and then a sit around of 15 minutes here to turn around, not an hour on the engine, constantly going around, which is a bit strange, really. Especially in the dark. It's a whole different kettle of fish in the dark.
Hugely. And talking about the project as a whole and the challenge, did you ever think this would ever become a reality?
Nope, not at all. I thought we would be mad to do it, and well, I mean, I'm surprised we've got here, and we're what? How long are we in? 16 hours.
16 hours now. It's 16 hours worth of time.
And I'm surprised we've got here, to be honest with you, but we have somehow. So
yeah, and it's also been amazing to see how well the engine has performed throughout the time of the challenge.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, and considering that we're actually ahead of schedule as well, that's an incredible achievement for everybody concerned, isn't it?
We are in a very good position to complete the 24-hour run to get 120 miles.
And also,
set out.
I know we've focused a lot on this as well when we've been talking to people, but we're hoping this T9 might come out a little bit later, hopefully.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to have both together. But in terms of the rest of the challenge, what does it hold for Luke Miles?
It's a good question. Probably sitting around drinking a lot of tea, hopefully. I'm not too sure, really. Well, we'll find out. I mean, if anything, touch wood, nothing will go wrong. If anything goes wrong, I'll be there to help out and just generally keeping stuff going, servicing the engine.
Yeah.
Now that we're ahead of schedule as well, it means we can sort of wind down the amount of effort that the engine has to do, going a bit slower, taking it a bit easier. But yeah, just see what the future holds for the next few hours.
Yeah, 100%. Well, again, thank you very much, Luke, for your
That's all right.
short interlude away from the driving position on the T9.
Yeah.
Of course, we are heading into the latter stages of this 24-hour challenge.
Out before that though. Yeah. Get 6 laps in. Well, probably more than 6.
So we've managed to catch up with Steve. It's been a whirlwind and a couple of hours, to say the least. But everything's gone to plan, but you've made a very, very important decision. What have you decided to go with?
So we've decided that because we're so far ahead, we are going to go for 120 miles in basically as quick as time possible and finish it early. A, because we're all knackered, and B, because the engine is knackered. So we will be finishing early, but we will do the 120 miles just in under 24 hours. A lot of it's down to how efficient the operation's been, which is teamwork.
It's been amazing, and that's one true thing. The team that has been behind the whole project and everything that's gone on in the challenge so far has been second to none, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. I'm very grateful for everyone's help.
And enough of me talking, asking pointless questions. We're now going to go back into the action. Steve's going to complete the challenge along with the other people. Let's get to the end.
With only a handful of laps remaining before the 120-mile target, the loco is stopped for its final service and driver change. Steve retakes the controls for one final stint to the finish.
We ready? Yeah. Sure? Right away! Ben's done me a right number here, isn't
For the final lap, the two T9s are coupled together for a double-headed finale.
Taking us to the pub down, didn't you? Hey? You said you're taking us to the pub down, ain't you?
Oh, well.
Right, that's nice. Do that there. Man, what's left? You well run. And everyone's getting
Yeah, do you want to crash as well?
Right, tiger.
Right, okay guys, towards me and say random word, whatever you like.
T9.
On the count! Wait! Right, 3, 2, what, anything. 3, 2, 1! 4. Thank you very much, guys. Right, thank you everyone. Just want to say, guys, thank you so much to Steve and the team.
Thank you everyone.
Honestly, Steve, amazing achievement.
Yeah. I'm gobsmacked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. So yeah, thank you.